You get sent.
This way!
Yeah, I unfortunately I do.
Over here!
Over here.
Freeze! Freeze! Over there!
Man, dude's just stretching.
Freeze!
Doesn't have a care in the world. What's going on around him? I know you're over there.
Over there!
Okay, that was really funny. He was trying to like out camp me for a moment. It's like, come on, man. I know you're over there. Just pop on out so we can get this over with. Yo, Sagoe, what's up, dude? Well, this ain't gonna be no minus 20-something gold split, but
Sarkosian?
it's good enough.
As in from Sarkosia?
How did you know which way it was, Jay? Oof. Double dose of Winback today. Man, I don't know if I can even handle a single dose of it. Alright, good shot. Since we got cheated last week. Oh, right, because of Thanksgiving.
Over there!
There we go. That's more like it.
Over there! Over there!
Oh, look who survived a random shot to the back. I guess there's no such thing as a holiday reprieve. It's like as soon as I skip a win-back week, it's like, nope, that's it, man. You owe us double.
Freeze!
No excuses. Come on. Nope. Oh man, it's the hard truth, I guess. Did I get anything during Black Friday? No, but it was more of a Cyber Monday that I was really, I guess, looking for deals for me. Part of which is because I was coming back on Friday, you know, on the way back from Thanksgiving. But even more so, more of my focus was on Cyber Monday, which I think it's some pretty nice things. Which I won't get into all of that quite yet, because, you know, I want to leave some of it as a surprise. Or I guess not really surprise, but just build up the anticipation.
Sarkosian? As in from Sarkosia?
But one thing I did get that I guess I'll just spill right away, since I already talked about it before on stream, was getting another controller. Another DualSense. It's mainly just for not only having a different colored one, but just in the event something happens between now and my GDQ run, I don't want to have to scramble to find another controller. If I had to, I could resort to a DualShock 4 for my run, but I've gotten really quite used to playing with a DualSense, so I kind of want to stick with that. Also, first try out of bounds glitch, PogChamp. Leela is now gone Papega aim mode. Okay, she's literally gone Papega aim mode. She's just running around in circles. Tell me I'm not the only one that saw that. She just full out went... What the fuck? She was running around in a circle while firing the gun. I don't think I've ever seen her do that before.
Over here!
Oh, I'm gonna get knocked down now. Don't tell me how I know, I just do. Because for some reason, if you get shot during that cutscene transition, boom, you get knocked down. It's like a delayed effect. It only seems to happen there for some reason. It's really annoying. I was just kidding when I said that she was going full Papega aim, and, you know, she kind of took what I said to heart and just did it. Oh, wait, did I swap my... I forgot to swap my audio filter back to, console stuff. Alright, hold on a second. Let's see if I can try to do this while running. Alright, there we go. Yeah, sorry if the audio was really, like, cutting down, because I have a separate one just for Ground Zeroes, because it's a louder game. And I forgot to swap it back. Thanks, guy. Man.
Over there! Freeze!
Guess I'm the one that's Papega aiming.
Sarkozian? As in from Sarkozia?
Got the truck fixed today, needed oil changed, a new filter, or oil filter, and tire changed, and they only charged you 60 bucks. Yeah, that's not bad. You know, one thing I was looking forward to, like, after Thanksgiving, chat, obviously, you know, besides, you know, getting back, but I was really looking forward to see if back in September when Nintendo revealed that they were going to put GoldenEye on Nintendo Switch Online and on Xbox, right? Like, they had this whole, like, big announcement for it. I was really looking forward to see if during, you know, this week or the week before, right, you know, for Black Friday sales and stuff, was if they put GoldenEye on there. You know, and it still isn't on there. I'm like, bro, it's, like, been months now. Like, what the hell are they waiting for?
Over there!
I mean, if it's not gonna be for, you know, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, I mean, I suppose maybe they could be waiting for, like, you know, the winter holiday sales then, but even then, it's like, still, what the hell are you waiting for? Go back now. Oh boy, now the fun stage.
Over there!
I'm more upset by the feature imbalance of GoldenEye depending on if you're Xbox or Nintendo. Yeah, wasn't one of it where one would have online, like, multiplayer support and the other one doesn't? As well as it having, like, 4K resolution, like, resolution support. And the other one doesn't, which, again, I wouldn't be surprised if the Switch was kind of, you know, the latter. But I thought it was my understanding that the Nintendo version of GoldenEye, whenever it comes out for the Switch, would have the multiplayer support and the Xbox one would not. And I just killed that guy that I was meant to keep alive. Alright, looks like we're gonna have to do the YOLO roll instead. I got it! Correct, and it's really baffling. I mean, the Switch Online thing kind of has like its own. Oh, what? Oh, are you serious? He kicked me into the cutscene. Oh, you gotta be joking, dude. He kicked me into the cutscene I was trying to avoid. Alright, well anyways. Yeah, Switch Online has like its own like multiplayer mode within the emulator library thing, right? So I'm not surprised that it has its own method, right, which they could just plug it into whatever game they, you know, has the capability. But I don't know if the reason why the Xbox version may not have it is because would they have to like integrate in a multiplayer for it from scratch? You know, not saying, well, wait a minute, they have Xbox Live, what the heck are you talking about? You know, and I'm not saying that's the problem. It's the online matchmaking service for a rather interesting like IP, right? Because it's, you know, not typically a common game for something like the Xbox. I mean, I still don't get why they wouldn't even think about doing it, but that'd be my only reasoning is, you know, the multiplayer part of the game just didn't have that consideration for something like, I don't know, something outside of, not really outside of Nintendo, but, you know, you get what I mean? Like, you're already taking a really old game, which you're providing widescreen resolution support, which is still pretty unique. Then you're adding on top of the fact, well, could we get a multiplayer attached to it? And how would that multiplayer work? Would it go through the Xbox Live system, which they obviously have? You know, and then if so, like, how would that exchange work? You know, between players? Okay, I thought he was back there.
Over there!
But does it excuse the fact, well, how could something as powerful as the Xbox Series SX and the infrastructure that it has not have something like a multiplayer capability for something like GoldenEye? And honestly, yeah, maybe that is the baffling part. Ow. You know, do they just not see the value in it? Or is it because, again, I think it's, you know, they have to kind of add that in, you know, whether if it's part of the Xbox infrastructure or if they have to, like, make it separate. Jean-Luc. It's common knowledge now that GoldenEye's multiplayer wasn't... Oh wait, multiplayer wasn't even originally planned when the game was in development. It was only added extremely late by a single dev. Yeah, and that multiplayer was local. Right, of course, it came at a time when, you know, online matchmaking wasn't quite a thing yet. You know, I mean, I know it was for certain PC games at the time, right? I'm thinking of things like Diablo 2, StarCraft, EverQuest. But for console games, at least to me, I mean, maybe people can correct me if I'm missing something, but, you know, in my mind, you know, while PS2 had that capability, depending on the game and whatever network connection accessory you needed for the PS2, depending on which one it was, because there was MGO1 as part of MGS3 Subsistence, right? But in my mind, one of the early iterations of, like, online matchmaking for consoles was Halo 2 with Xbox Live. Now, was it the first one? Probably not. Right, there was probably other stuff, like, way before that, but that's just what I kind of recall and what was, like, really massively successful in terms of, like, what I considered now modern matchmaking for consoles. Oh yeah, the Dreamcast. I gotta say, I never owned a Dreamcast. I knew one of my neighbors down the street growing up, he had one. But he also had a PS2, which is where, again, besides, you know, my brothers growing up, where I was exposed to MGS2 Sons of Liberty. You know, plus there was a time when, you know, even when there was, like, online matchmaking, the actual, like, interface wasn't really standardized, right? For those that recall, and, you know, like, old Blizzard games, Steam games, well, what's now Steam games, you know, they each kind of had, like, their own, like, multiplayer service. You know, I mean, before, like, you know, the Steam patch for Counter-Strike, you know, Counter-Strike had like its own like unique multiplayer. You know, some Xbox games kind of had like their own like infrastructure for multiplayer. Blizzard games, again, like they all kind of went to the server, but the actual like, you know, matchmaking interface was kind of like separate. You know, now of course they have the Blizzard launcher, which manages all your games at once, and you got Steam as a library. You know, Xbox Live, which eventually got, you know, standardized. Flipping bots. Yeah, that's right. I was about to say, even PSN for a while was kind of like that too. You know, where again, the multiplayers were kind of unique and of themselves. They weren't really like going through PSN directly. I mean, MGO2 for MGS4 was like that. It was a separate login you needed to have with Konami, not just only having a PSN account, right? You needed to have like a Konami ID or whatever the heck it was called. I mean, nobody does that anymore, but that was kind of like, you know, 10 plus years ago, right? You know, games were kind of doing that. Like, they were starting to get away from it and go to more of a, like, standard unified system. Geez, Jean-Luc, you scared the hell out of me. But going back to the GoldenEye subject, you know, what would the reasoning for, like, yeah, it has all these like nice bells and whistle features, except for the one that I think people might have really wanted, which was having that multiplayer capability, right? You know, at least what I would imagine is through Xbox Live, not just local. And honestly, I don't know. I mean, again, it's just like, I don't know if it's a thing between you know, whoever is developing it and Xbox, you know, or does it need to have like a separate multiplayer process? You know, because again, through some Nintendo games, through the Switch Online thing, it's integrated within the launcher itself, right? So it's not like you boot up the game within the launcher and then go to multiplayer. It kind of has like a separate, placement within the menu. Like, you can go to single player and then there's like a multiplayer thing, and that's where it repopulates the list for games that have that multiplayer support on there. Also, Rip Tom. So that's how they did it. So the question being, well, how would GoldenEye on Xbox work? You know, given they have a standardized system. And honestly, I wouldn't have the faintest idea, other than the fact that maybe, I don't know, they just don't want to do it, or if it's incapable of doing it. Which I'm more in belief that it's the first, not necessarily that it's incapable. Pick up the shotgun shells. Yeah. It's like, you can't carry any more shells. Like, well, duh, that's why I'm reloading. So I can pick up the spares. Bonk. I have to get to the express elevator on the lowest level.
Over there!
Thanks, guy. And I always get nervous when I trigger that cutscene when I'm close to the laser like that. Like, I'm always afraid that he's just gonna just run right into the laser, like, as I do it. Alright, there we go. The hell are you doing? Wow, first Leela, now Ryan. Both doing really
Sarkosian?
weird
As in from
things for no
Sarkozia?
reason. Hey man, I'll take the gold split. Oh yeah, that makes me wonder. Did the GameCube ever have network connectivity at any point? Cause I remember that the model that I had didn't have it, but I don't know if it was a thing like it ever was meant to have it, or if it was added later. Did the GameCube have what? Did it have like network connectivity? You know, like an Ethernet thing in the back. Right, cause I know the Dreamcast had its, you know, online thing, even though I never had one. And the Xbox had its own. There was a broadband adapter for the GameCube, but barely anyone used it. Very few games did. Okay, maybe that's why, because, you know, they were probably, you know, saving it for the Wii at the time, right, which did have it. So I guess when it comes to stuff like that, Nintendo got into that kind of stuff really late. I guess when you think about it. I mean, technically Sony was a late bloomer as well. You know, like Microsoft got it in early with, you know, its Xbox Live service for games like Halo 2. plus whatever other games had it. But it didn't really have like the modernized like interface that we have today, right? Until what it was like the 360 version of Xbox Live, which then again they had more issues with the console itself in my mind than the actual service. I'm talking, you know, the frickin' Red Rings of Death. Magazines. Man, we're out of here. Nice. I probably had it the first time, but you never want to rush it. You know, unless if you're 100% certain that you can line it up consistently. Run! I survived. Thanks for the key. Luke, stay away from the lag thrower. The flames will lag the game. We don't want that. Boom. Wondering how the broadband adapter could have helped the GameCube if Nintendo took proper advantage of it. I don't know if it would have been just a Nintendo problem by itself, right? Because you need the games to support that. And if the games don't have that online matchmaking as a part of it, then, you know, then what worth is it really providing then at that point? As well as having the online infrastructure behind it. That's probably why it didn't succeed. Other than the fact that it was either poor marketing or, you know, whatever else it could have been. You know, but if the games that you're pushing out don't have it, then what's the point? Look at that guy in the background. He's kind of jammed to the music, getting stuck like that. Nice. Early grab. See, what else was kind of like, you know, things that are standard today that weren't really a thing back then, at least for me growing up. I mean, wireless controllers for one. I mean, I remember like different attempts at it. Thing is, in a way, a lot of the GameCubes today are more complete than the Xbox PS2 contemporaries, which had online modes, and they've long since shut down, making large chunks of games have defunct components. Oh, I guess I just had the impulse to press that button again for no reason. I mean, that's kind of been a thing for years now, unfortunately. You know, like games like being rushed out incomplete, you know, or just not polished. I mean, look at Cyberpunk, for example. I mean, that thing was a disaster at launch. You know, I mean, it works great today, right? But even despite, you know, Q&A issues, bugs, and, you know, all that stuff, I mean, what I was referring to is, you know, games where it's just like, release now, patch later, or just not really having, like, fulfilling content that games before it may have had. And, you know, maybe that was part of the reason was, since consoles up to a point didn't have that online connectivity, like, whatever you released, like, that was it. That was your game. You know, there was no, oh yeah, we'll just put in a hot patch to fix whatever bugs or something were in it. Like, that was the game. I mean, I'm also glad that they're a thing, because, I mean, now that they become more complex, you know, technology's changed, market's changed. I mean, it'd be a frickin' nightmare if there was no patches of anything. I mean, or at the very least, if there wasn't, then games would just take ages to get released. If that was the, like, mentality, was get everything right, you know, before releasing it, which ideally you should be thinking that way, but if you had to go, like, 100%, like, clear all the way through, I mean, games would almost, like, never get released at this rate, right? Depending on what type of game it was. Which, of course, again, they're using that to their advantage, not only just for maintenance and upkeep, but for content, right? Which begs the other thing, like, well, has that also kind of changed the strategy where it's not necessarily this, you know, release now, fix later, but rather release game of whatever it is, and then you kind of finish it with DLC, so to speak. Not DLC in terms of, oh yeah, this is just extra, you know, things that really kind of complement the game, but rather things that the game arguably should have had, but they didn't finish it in its original development, so they just added it as DLC secondary. That's the kind of thing I was thinking of. Hey! Hey, dude, the knife's gotta chill out. Turok Rage of Wars had a game-breaking bug where the game was impossible to 100%. Claim offered to mail in a patched copy if you requested it. Oh yeah, I remember that being brought up before. I mean, well, lo and behold, I mean, that's kind of one of the benefits to where we are at today, because, I mean, shit like that would never pass, right? I mean, imagine if a game that got released today had something just like that. It was a really rare, you know, game-breaking bug where it's, like, impossible to finish without crashing or whatever it is, right? And they basically told you, oh, yeah, sorry, we know that it exists, but we're not gonna patch it, but if you mail it into us, we'll give you a patch version of the game. Right? Especially in the age of digital content now. I mean, that shit would never pass. Could you imagine the uproar about that? It's like, bro, are you kidding me with this shit? I mean, not only would they be outraged just over the fact that it exists in the game in the first place, but they are basically doing nothing about it in terms of, like, mass fixing it, unless if you requested it to be fixed, and then they give you a patch version of the game. It's like, yeah, Infinity Ward, or wait, I don't know if they're still around anymore, but, yeah, Activision, there's a game-breaking bug in Call of Duty. Could you do something about it? Oh, yeah, we're sorry about that. we kind of knew about it, but if you mail us in the copy of the game, we'll give you a patched one right back to you. It's like, well, what if it's a digital copy? It's like, fuck, there you go. You're already shit out of luck. Or even if you bought the disc, it's like, wait, I have to frickin' mail this damn thing in? It's like, haven't you guys ever heard of, you know, PSN, Xbox Live, Blizzard Network? I mean, you know, can't you just patch it in so everybody can benefit from it? Nah, you gotta request it. No, but man, imagine how much those are worth nowadays. Gray cartridges, unpatched ones, can now fetch over $200. Really? I mean, I imagine from what you're saying is the patch version of the game would be worth more because there's less of them. Right? They're super rare. Unless if people find, like, the original ones more valuable, even with, you know, the game-breaking bug in it. What the hell are you doing, Duke? Just did a 360.
Over here! Over there!
I mean, it's a plus for, you know, maintenance upkeep of games, but I think it's also been a negative trend where...
Sarkosian? As in from Sarkosia?
Where they could use that same not platform, but the same medium to do this, you know, release partial but finish the rest later. You know, disguised as DLC, microtransactions, however you want to call it. You know, that's the portion that, you know, over the years, we've had to put up with. Not in all the games, but in some of them. I mean, the ones that I think of that, you know, come to mind are like some of like the like other Assassin's Creed games. Games I'm thinking of like, well, I mean, Unity was like the first trying to mix in the microtransactions, which I definitely wasn't on board with that from the start, but them trying to integrate in the multiplayer I thought was pretty neat. Right, like I know Brotherhood was doing stuff, but they were trying to do like the 4-player co-op. You know, or hell, like there was the whole like season pass trend, right? Where maybe not necessarily they're kind of removing, or not necessarily removing, but they're excluding content because it was either not finished or just added as DLC later. But the frickin', you know, season pass thing I never understood. Like, I get it, like if they're trying to offer up future DLC at a discount, by basically reserving it in the form of a season pass, and the content is plentiful, that's one thing, but, you know, if DLC doesn't get released in a timely manner, and then you have this beefy, like, $24.99, whatever it is, season pass, and it's kind of like a voucher for either DLC that you get when it comes out, and you just get it as a part of it, or at a discount, I don't know, man. It's like, I would almost rather wait for just the DLC to come up just by itself. you know, unless if they price it in such a way that it's, you know, outrageous, and then, you know, physical editions of Halo Infinite and Modern Warfare 2 are basically worthless. They're just launches where the rest of the game is downloaded. Yeah, like for some games like Battlefield, they've been doing that. Okay, how did I... Never mind. Just can't aim. Like some of the Battlefield games were... If you bought like a physical edition, it was basically a hard case, but it was a code voucher within it that would be redeemed on Origin, and then you download it. You know, so like in some cases they don't even do like the actual disc version of the games anymore, but rather they just give you a download voucher. Yeah, I'm doing good, Zero Blade. It's been really cold today though, and really windy. I mean, today was definitely a good day to stay indoors, man. It was frickin' chill biting cold. Can I get him from here? Nice. But I guess it really depends on the game. You know, like, I don't think physical games are really ever gonna go away entirely. You know, because from a retail standpoint, I just don't see that happening. You know, where they just have the cases, but then they just replace them with digital vouchers to download it. You know, I think it's just for games like, again, like Battlefield, Call of Duty, things that are part of the, you know, Origin, GOG, the Steam libraries. Things that have already like a, you know, a separate infrastructure for certain games. Okay, was it me or did that guy like start to crab walk away, but then he teleported right back to me? Back doing Winback things today. Still sick, so you're avoiding outside at all costs? Aw, man. Oh, shit! I didn't realize I was, like, veering off to the side there. There's probably been more, let's say, a decline of physical media for games, you know, with more of the digital being favored. I mean, look at the PS5, for example. Like, if it was really to a point where they wanted to, like, go all in on digital, like, no physical media, right? Even though there's probably some people that would favor that, which I wouldn't object to that thinking. But I think, again, it's just from, like, a marketing, retailing perspective that I just don't think companies are willing to take that plunge yet. Right? Like there's still gonna be a market for, like, physical releases of things, even if, out of convenience today, digital is probably more likely the medium of type of game that people are gonna get, you know, if they had a choice. Which, again, is more than what we had to work with before. Yeah. right? I mean, if the storage space is plentiful and you have the means to do it, then people are often gonna probably get it a digital copy, right? Because that was the problem last gen of consoles, was the hard drives are too damn small, right? For the PS4 and all that. So as much as people wanted to just say, yep, I'm done with discs, I mean, they really couldn't commit to that all the way because, you know, at least the hard drive you were given was hardly anything, right? I mean, I know you could say, well, I mean, yeah, you can upgrade them to larger hard drives now. And I'm not saying that itself is not the problem, but it's just, I think the standard user is not going to do that, you know, or just going to say, well, to hell with it, you know, because they're probably thinking, well, I already have my PC, which already has these nice things, and, you know, the whatever console they're, you know, contemplating the issue over is like, well, how come they're kind of reverting backwards when PC can already do all these things, right? Oh my god, dude. You know, so again, I think it was good that they had both like a digital and a physical version of the console. You know, because it's kind of like they're still taking advantage of, you know, the physical media with the option to have downloads to it, obviously. And I don't know, I mean, will there ever come a time when it'll just be like mostly digital, if not close to like 100%? And I don't know, I mean, in my lifetime, I don't know. I mean, that kind of depends on like how the market changes throughout the ages, right? You know, will there ever come a point when, you know, for gaming, will it just be like all digital media? You know, because in some ways it's kind of getting there. You know, like online services have become more sophisticated. Maybe there will come a point one day when that happens, but I don't know. I mean, that'll like really depend on stuff like not only just in technology, but you know, the market trends. You know, like what if there's some other type of like console platform that really propels that kind of the thing forward? Yeah. Good shot. Yeah, might as well grab it. and that kind of hits another topic is, you know, with VR. You know, will there ever come a time when, you know, the VR consoles can kind of compete with, you know, consoles of, you know, what's already been, like, you know, out there? And honestly, I don't know. I mean, again, it just...
Over there!
You're already kind of trying to compete in an already competitive, you know, arena.
Freeze!
And really the thing in my mind of what could make something like VR, like, really be a competing element is probably more of stuff like science fiction than anything else that's, like, realistic today. You know, I'm talking stuff like, you know, where, you know, it's almost kind of like, you know, getting sent into, like, the Matrix or something, or else, right? You know, I'm talking about that kind of, like, VR. You know, or, you know, Sword Art Online if you want to go down that route. You know, like, that's, like, really science fiction fantasy kind of VR, where if it was like that, I mean, then you potentially got something. You know, of course, now, when will that ever happen? Probably not in my lifetime. I mean, because, again, that's stuff, like, way beyond means of, like, what's already feasible. And certainly not trying to set up a situation where it's like, oh, no, man, if you die in the game, you die in real life. It's like, yeah, no thanks, man. I don't know, but then again, it's like, imagine if something like an MMO did have, like, a VR element integrated in. I mean, that'd be pretty sick, but again, that's science fiction. Don't think it'd be possible to do the dying game die in real life. Well, first of all, you're never gonna want to market it in that way. Or the game is, like, never gonna happen. I mean, could you just imagine the advertising for, like, a new game? And you get people all hyped up about it, and then, like, that's your slogan? I mean, dude, that will never, will never go anywhere. I mean, besides, you know, lawsuits up the wazoo, right? You know, unless if you get, like, the trolley feedback where it's like, you know, I died in game, did not die in real life. You know, Kappa. Do. No! Oh. Okay, I think we're fine. This is fine. Just gonna kill them out of an abundance of caution. Okay, I swear to God, I thought I was dead. Trying to go down that ladder like that.
Sarkosian? As in from Sarkosia?
Alright, Banderas, get ready. hell is happening? This sucks. It really sucks. Run! And I randomly used target lock for some reason. Go to the door. Oh, this guy. Hey, thanks for the good luck, Blastoise. Okay.
Over here!
That was weird. Never had the door open, like, right in front of me like that. I mean, hey, that's potential time save for me having to open it. Also, that guy that was patrolling in here disappeared.
Freeze!
Wait, what? the hell just said that? What the fuck? Okay, this has been quite the run, alright? I can't really describe it. It's just the strange and unusual things happening. I'm pretty sure that voice clip was from the guard that I ran into at the door, right? Going up, but the thing I'm wondering is, well, why the hell did I hear it on the way back? Yeah, we're dealing with ghosts now. Yeah, it's like, command, I think you sent the wrong guys here. I think you need Ghostbusters now. I'm not equipped to deal with it. Stage 28 to Ghostbusters. Might as well.
Over there!
Thank you for that, Blastoise. Wow, how are you not dead?
Over there! Three!
Whoa, camera. Man, I don't know what that was. It was like a really panoramic moment. Up we go.
Over there!
Over there. Ow.
Over there!
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it came to that. You mind killing this guy too? Yeah, that's a good idea. Speaking of ghosts. Well, at least that one could die to bullets. hesitate, kick.
Over there! Freeze! Over there! Freeze!
Yes, that medkit was free. So was the bullet that I took to get it.
Freeze! Freeze! Over there! Over there! Over there!
Man, that guy was tankier than the other two.
Over there! Over there!
Oh, so far so good, Jay. Ow. Of course, there's nothing better than losing half your HP trying to open a door. Okay, I was definitely going for a, a very, very lucky spray and pray on the barricade, that is. Yeah, sometimes you can get lucky with the shotgun if the spread gets in the gap there. I don't know, other times I think it's just kind of a waste of ammo, trying to do it that way. Alright, got half a mag. Replaying some Mass Effect 1 Legendary Edition. I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel. This way! That's right, Zaractor. Oh, did you hear that? Must have been my imagination. Wow. Alright, surprised the other guy lived doing that. Oh, let's go. Alright, this is it, chat. Last stage.
Sarkosian? As in from Sarkosia?
Yep, and that too. Alright, let me get her ready. Bum, bum. Why did you do it? Alright, here comes the bomb drop. Probably didn't know, but I'm half Sarkosian.
Sarkosian? As in from Sarkosia? Sarkosian?
Oh, whoops, my bad. I was trying to cancel out the clip and I ended up triggering the live split.
As in from Sarkosia?
Yeah. Get in the turret.
Great.
I am invincible. Who do you think you are, Boris? Man, 2-minute PB, chat. Not bad for not playing the game for, what was it, like, over a week? And I don't think I died once. I almost came close to dying, right? Trying to grab the ladder on stage 25. Like, I thought that would have done it. But yeah, this is a deathless run. You know, got the laser skips first try, out of bounds glitch first try.
My God!
MGS Fan 83, thank you for the follow. Operation Winback accomplished. I guess I'll throw in a GG in there myself. All right, 126.12. Man, not bad for a deathless run, even with a bunch of close calls and some moments where I was just having to shoot it out with them at times when I don't know, felt dumb for doing it. But yeah, I mean, I haven't ran Winback since I left for Thanksgiving, chat. Just to put this in perspective, I expected, I don't know, some kind of degree of, fighting the game. I didn't expect this. I mean, it's like, holy shit, where was this kind of a run when I was grinding it every week, right? Man, not a bad way to jump back in.